What was that about the course of true love never running smooth? Well, the course to true love isn't so smooth either. It's often drawn with disappointments and heartbreaks. Some people let these, others are able to heal and move on. What separates them? To find out, we required more than 100 people and asked them to tell us about a terrible rejection. When I first got in New York, I was incredibly lonely. I didn't know a soul, and totally felt like I didn't belong here. After about a year of misery, I met Jack. It's almost an understatement to say that we clicked instantly. We felt like we had known each other forever. It was not long before we were living together and doing everything together. I thought I would spend my whole life with him. And he said he felt the same way. Two really happy years passed. Then one day I came home and found a note. He said he had to leave. Don't try to find him. He didn't even sign it, love. I never heard about him again. Sometimes when the phone rings, I still think maybe it's him. We heard a variation of that story over and over again. People with the both mindsets told story like this. Almost everyone at one time or other have been in love that had been hurt. What differed and differently dramatically was how they dealt with it. After they told their stories, we asked them follow up questions. What did this mean to you? How did you handle it? What was you hoping for? What people had the fixed mindset. They felt judged and labeled the rejection, permanently labeled. It was as though a vertical verdict had been handed down and branded on their foreheads, unlovable and lashed out. Because the fixed mindset gives them no recipe for healing. Bound, all they could do was hope to found the person that was incredibly between them. So next thing that I am the family, the thinking of the hundreds of guests, they decided to go enough with the reception and dinner. Uh, okay, four people have joined me. Thank you. Please stay here. I am going to teach you something that really I have started reading today a book that is mindset. Basically, this book is all about mindset. Mindset means what type of mindset a person possess towards other thing. When we okay, the major headers under this book is actually written by Dr. Carol S. Dweck. Okay, this is very good self-help book my friend gave me, and I have thought over to explore this book. The major chapters of book mindset, this is actually self-help book. And acha, do you people read self-help books? Self-help books, the major things in this book are, first is the mindset. Why do people differ? Okay, why do people differ means that all the people do not have same kind of mindsets. People have different kind of views, different kind of thoughts over different things. Second thing is, what does all this mean for you? The two mindsets, it means that the two people, even a husband wife, even two, parents, sister and brother, two close friends, whenever they're sitting, it doesn't mean that if two people are living together for a long time they might have same thoughts, same mindset. No, they might have different mindsets, different thoughts, but the thing is that when people develop a kind of endurance, a kind of patience, and a kind of, when we believe in communication, it means that we are understanding each other, and that's why we are with each other for a long time. So this means that people do have different kind of mindsets, but it means that we do have agree with them at some differences. In this way only we can go together for a long time. Otherwise, if we start of our differences, then contrasts happen, and this way when conflicts happen and relationship broke. Another thing that I have explored in this book is that relationship mindsets in love. It means that relationships are different mindsets. Falling in love, the partner as enemy, competition, where is the great, who is the greatest. You know what, in relationship, when two partners think that who is the greatest, who has, for example, two persons have lived together for a long time, they started thinking over that who have earned more, who is more wealthy, who is more, in terms of their background. So in this way competition do happen in relationships, no matter how much they are going together for a long time. There is friendship, there is developing in relationship. Oh, it means that I learned somewhere that in relationships people should try to understand each other's point of views. Whenever we are sitting in a party, it means that we are learning about others mindsets. Second thing is that shyness. In any relationship, one partner is always shy over sharing something. Okay, and shyness, I believe it is something, we believe that a shy person is introvert, he cannot, express his thoughts with others. But shyness is not something like a negative trait. I believe that every person is shy to some extent when it comes to meeting with someone. So it means, all means that to which, with which person we are comfortable. For example, if I am comfortable talking with my friends for a long hours, it means that I am open, I am extrovert in that sense. But if I am not like to talk with the friends of my brother or something, friends of my sister, it means that I am introvert. No, it doesn't mean. So the people have different kind of traits, different kind of qualities. So all we mean is that we have to accept the differences. Okay, next thing is that parents, teachers and coaches, where do mindsets come from? Acha, okay, there is a person. Okay, now I have this kind of mindset. You have this kind of. All people have different kind of mindsets. So from where these kind of mindsets are developing in our, they are coming from either parents, either teachers are influencing us, or coaches. So which of the following mention? Please comment me. Which of the following help us in developing or shaping our personalities or shaping our identities when it comes to our mindsets. When a person born, the first interaction a baby has is with his parents. Okay, then after 2 or 3 years his parents enroll him in kindergarten or something, in preschool. And then he, that kid, when after parents, his second interaction gets with his teachers, then with his friends, then with his family members. And in this way a kind of learning environment, a learning attitude develops in that person. So we cannot say that mindsets are fixed. Mindsets keep on changing. For example, a person was living in some rural area for a long time, but then he, after some 20 years, he came to shift to your urban area or something, is in work environment change. So our mindsets keep on shifting. I will tell you a very practical thing, a very pragmatic thing is that a person with rigid kind of mindsets, I believe that 90% of them fail in life. A person with flexible mindset, with some kind of adaptability, they people progress in life. So if we want to achieve something big in life, if we want that some good happens in our life, or we want something great in our life, we should possess a kind of flexible mindset, adaptability. There should be adaptability, so that wherever we go to new environments, we could easily adopt to new environments, to new things. We could easily mingle into the new people. In this way relationship relationship builds, mindset shifts, and in this way thoughts and our mindset change. uh, so in this way learning happens. Okay. Our next thing is that changing mindsets. In changing mindsets, there is a nature of change. The mindset lectures, a mindset workshop, brainology more about change. Okay, it means that we will discuss in this, in changing mindsets, that mindsets keep on changing. This doesn't mean a person has inherited some fixed traits. Mm, you know what, a person's biology, a person's chromosomes, a person's genetic makeup all influence his mindsets, all influence his traits. But the thing is that genetic traits or biology has little influence over a person's identity. The major influence over a person's identity is his exposure to the external environment. So a person's identity is flexible, is dynamic, it keeps on changing with the changing in environment, with the changing in his exposures, with the changing in knowledge. When we read more, we delve deep into the things. In this way we learn more, and our mindset do change. Okay, so I believe that you might have learned something today. I am just happy over sharing my things, that a person's biology has little influence over his thoughts. The more influences his environmental exposure, the persons he befriend with. You know what, there is a quotation that a person is known by the company he keeps. I will read next chapter. A person is known by the company he keeps. So if a person has good company, it means that there would be good happen in his life. So these are the mindsets. I will read first chapter and then I will go for my prayer, because there is a prayer time. So can you mention me from where country are you talking about? The mindsets. When I was a young researcher just starting out, something happened that I changed my life. I was observed with understanding how people cope with failures, and I decided to study it by watching how students grapple with hard problems. So I brought children one at a time to a room in their school, made them comfortable, and then gave them a series of puzzles to solve. The first ones were fairly easy, but the next ones were hard. As the students grunted, perspired, and toiled, I watched their strategies and probed what they were thinking and feeling. I expected differences among children in how they coped with the difficulty, but I saw something I never expected. Confronted with the hard puzzles, one 10-year-old boy pulled up his chair, rubbed his hands together, smacked his lips, and cried out, I love a challenge. Another, sweating away on these puzzles, looked up with the pleased expression and said with authority, You know, I was hoping that this would be informative. What went wrong with him? I wondered. I always thought you coped with failure or you didn't cope with failure. I never thought anyone loved failure. What these alien children are, were they on to something? Everyone has a role model, someone who pointed at the way at a critical moment in their lives. These children were my role models. They obviously knew something I didn't, and I was determined to figure it. And next thing, I have read this, and that's why. So next page is to understand the kind of mindset that would turn a failure into a gift. What did they know? They knew that human qualities such as uh, intellectual skills could be cultivated, and that's when they were doing getting smarter. Not only weren't they encouraged by failure, they didn't even think they were failing, they thought they were learning. I, on the other hand, thought human qualities were copied in you were smart and failure weren't, you were not. If you could arrange successes and avoid failures, struggles, mistakes, and perseverance were just as one picture. Whether human qualities are things that can be cultivated, that are carved in stone in an issue. What this belief mean for you? What are the consequences of thinking that your intentions and intelligence and personality is something you can develop? So okay, it's a personality that you can develop over the time. We see in China is technologically very empowered country. It got independence in 1949 and Pakistan got independence in 1947. But this time China is economically the second largest economy in the world after United States. And nowadays when United States and Iran are in conflict and they are just propelling into just deeper conflict as the Strait of Hormuz is further closed. The thing is that until unless Strait of Hormuz is not open, the relationship would keep on dismantling their consequences. So the thing is that first Pakistan played a very constructive role. Pakistan hold meetings and talks in Islamabad, and delegations from both countries, from Iran as well as from United States, they were guests in Islamabad, and Pakistan hosted the events. But talks were just like they didn't. They were like a dead end game. It didn't brought any fruits. So that's the thing. They were very curious over the fans' comments. Okay, yep.